this episode of Inside Boxing's Throwdown. My name is Steve Johnson, co-host Aurelio Martinez. Aurelio, first of all, let me say this because you know I'm old and I'll forget. Today we have our Donor Dash, which is in recognition of organ and tissue donation. Here it's nationwide, but in Colorado we have our Denver Donate Life Colorado. And this is one of our t-shirts. My buddy Scott Pinckney came up with the unknown donors for the people that you don't know who their donors were. Mm-hmm. The walk was at, it's a 5K walk and run at Washington Park, annual. Really big thing, as you know. Soon we'll be celebrating my 20th anniversary for my brother Harold donated me a kidney. So this is special to our hearts because the Martinez family and the Johnson family are attached at the hip. So it's something that's special. I want to get that out of the way before I forgot. But thank you to everyone for the continued support. Let's talk about the fights that we had this weekend on the radio. Let's start with yesterday at the Lakefront Arena in New Orleans, Louisiana. You know, it was on ESPN. Top ranked Bob Arum once again has his hand right in the mix. Where in the main event,
he ain't got his hand in the mix. He is the mix.
He is the mix.
He is the mix.
There was a couple of fights of interest. Regis Prograis, of course, he fought Juan Jose Velasco. He won. Prograis won that fight. Velasco was down, and this is interesting. We had some fights yesterday where in the big fights we had guys down three times in 3 different rounds. In this particular fight, Velasco was down in rounds 5, 7, and 8 before he was finally stopped in the 8th round for that interim WBC World Super Lightweight title. Mm-hmm. And then also on the undercard we had Teofimo Lopez, who was a rising star. He just won the vacant WBC Continental America's World Lightweight title, taking care of William Silva. William Silva was actually undefeated.
Oh yeah.
He was 25-0. And Teofimo was only 8-0, and I'm 8 or 9-0, but really a big fight. But once again, Silva was down in rounds 1, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
3 different rounds.
And I want to talk about that in our third segment, our open topic.
Okay.
Not so much about Teofimo, but about the upcoming boxers and the strategies they got. But so don't let me forget.
You want me? I just admitted at the beginning.
No, but anyway, that was good. That was good, and good to see that.
Okay, and that was, like I said, that was really a nice card. ESPN opening up today. Then we moved on to, which is kind of a sore spot with me, but we moved on to the fight where we had an undercard that was televised on ESPN, but then on ESPN Plus, you had the 2 fights that were on. One of them was Lucas Matisse taking on Manny Pacquiao for that WBA World Welterweight title that Lucas Matisse held on to, and Manny Pacquiao stopped him in the 7th round.
No,
Matisse was down in rounds 3, 5, and 7.
Did you say they put the undercard on regular ESPN?
The undercard was on regular ESPN,
and then they put the Pacquiao
Plus,
on there where you had to watch it on your phone.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Well, look,
Okay, we'll talk about that too.
Okay.
I mean, because if that isn't some back ass word shit, I don't know what is. Okay, that's just saying give me your money. Well, okay. Let's save that for an open topic. Okay. Don't let me forget. Don't let me.
Well, let me tell you. Also on the undercard was a very interesting situation. I think a lot of people aren't aware of this, but you had Carlos Canizales. And he took on Ben Liu for that WBA World Light Flyweight title. Okay, once again, Liu lost, but Liu was down in rounds 11 and round 12. But the interesting thing is that this was Liu's, I think it was his first or his second fight, period.
Yeah.
Now remember this fight card on Manny Pacquiao and Matisse, that was already held in Malaysia.
Yeah, exactly.
But the controversy is, how does this dude get a fight with 1 or 2 fights and he gets a world title fight?
His name's Bobby.
Now, his name is Ben Liu, but here's the bottom line.
Bobby Arum.
Canizales handled his business. Liu I'll give it to him. He hung in there. He gave it his all. But Carlos, fortunate for him, he was able to come away with the win because it was kind of looking like if he didn't stop this dude, it might be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But he stopped him with 1 second left in the fight. 12 rounds, 1 second left.
I remember that because it was the remnants of Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yes, and Meldrick Taylor.
And Meldrick Taylor.
Yeah. But it was I don't know, man. This goes back to the thing, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but back to Lomachenko. you come up and you say, here's a guy that's got 7 fights and he fights, well, 5 when he had his first world title fight. But his amateur background, I mean, you know, it's like the Cuban fighters of old. We used to say they were basically pros.
Yeah.
But that's just a source of controversy because here's a guy with 1 or 2 pro fights. No matter how good he is, how does he get a shot? In my opinion, now this is just my opinion.
Okay, well, let's
you have a guy that we'll save that for the 3rd segment.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that
because I know you have another point.
Well, we got to talk about Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, we're going to.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that for Canizales to fight a guy that these other guys that are, you know, light flyweights that deserved a chance before this guy, Big Lou. And that's what we'll talk about
and
later.
He jumps up,
about the business of boxing.
There you go.
Okay, now let's talk about Manny Pacquiao and Lucas Matthysse because, as you know, there are a lot, I call them haters, that just hate Manny Pacquiao for no reason. I've heard them say everything from he's on steroids to they crack on his wife, you know, when she was trying to take over his thing for a while. But man, the bottom line is that he's going into the Hall of Fame. He's done everything you can do. When did he start off at?
106.
Yes, at the light flyweight.
He's elite. He's always will be elite, and I just don't understand why the unwarranted criticism. I mean, Manny Pacquiao came into this fight. He fought a champion, Matthysse, who just upset a fighter to get this belt, and all of a sudden, all you hear is negative things. And the bottom line is, Pacquiao looked good. He looked good. He looked fresh, and he looked focused. Okay. And people were saying, well, he fought a washed-up Matthysse. Well, Matthysse wasn't washed up in his last fight when he won the title, but all of a sudden, Manny Pacquiao comes in, looks really good. He's fighting a washed-up fighter. You know, I don't understand it, and even the ones that can't, the comments on social media and the whole bit, the comments, you really can't say anything bad about Manny Pacquiao's performance, whether you're a hater or not. You just can't, okay? He did what he had to do. He looked good. He looked on point. And so what do they say? Well, he did good. He looked good. But and you know, and the good thing about Pacquiao is because when they don't want to admit something, they change the subject. And in this case, they say the first thing out of their mouth is, well, he can't hang in there with Darryl Spence. Well, he can't hang in there with Terrence Crawford.
Any of the top 3. Okay, that's what I heard.
And that's a tribute to his performance, because when they don't talk about the fight and that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth, you know you did your job.
You know what? You're 100% correct. And like I said, on my social media, a few of the boxing forums I'm in, I was taking heat because earlier in the week I said, don't be surprised, you know, if Pacquiao wins this fight. And the reason I felt that way is because everybody, you know, Matthysse, we felt the same way about it when Danny Garcia got him. You know, it was like, wow, man, Danny Garcia ain't got a chance.
Yeah.
This is a dude who I think, I could be wrong, but I think Lucas was a great fighter. He's seen his better day. Okay, I will say that. But most of the commentary that I had read was people saying that Matthysse is going to win this fight.
Exactly.
Pacquiao's going to win.
Exactly.
Well, guess what it was this morning, Aurelio? This morning, everybody's saying it was 2 washed-up guys. They're both shot. Nobody cares. They're both shot. But that's not what you were saying during the week. You know. So guess what? I don't care. I'm about Manny Pacquiao, and I'll go ahead and I'll support him. I think that the next fight we got to see.
I've always said it. You put Manny Pacquiao in there to fight someone his own size, and Matthysse, they measured up at the same size. Pacquiao's going to win. Pacquiao, I've said it before. We're running out of time, but I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Lomachenko is ducking Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao beats Lomachenko, hands down. Okay, if they want to meet at 140, or I'll tell you, even Manny Pacquiao, if he can get down to that 35, he wins that fight right now. I don't care how old he is.
I don't know about that. But I'm saying this. I'm on record as this. I like Manny Pacquiao, and if he beat Lomachenko, it would not surprise me one bit. I'm just saying that right now. I don't know because, you know, Manny Pacquiao he's on the downside of his career.
Well, sure he is.
So Lomachenko's on the way up. But I think that's the fight everybody wants to see.
Yeah,
but you're right. Lomachenko's ducking that fight.
He is ducking that fight, and he's in the hospital. 10 seconds. Take 10 seconds. Finish up your.
Well, man, I think we said enough on this first segment. We'll be back in the second segment where we'll talk a little bit more about the fights that happened yesterday, just briefly. But then we'll talk about upcoming fights. So, as we do with every episode of Inside Boxing Throwdown, keep them hands up,
Bring them hands up, man.